We dance, the city roars. Tune in loud, turn up some more. Cincinnati show, it's time to play. Sports with strawberry ice today. 5:30 sharp, don't be late. CTV, the sports awaits. Strawberry icy's on the mic, energy, it's pure delight. Every touchdown, every goal. Feel the pulse, it's in your soul. Cincinnati heartbeats strong. Strawberry ice will lead the throng. Every touchdown, every goal. Feel the pulse that's in your soul. Cincinnati heartbeats strong. Strawberry ice will lead the throng. Feel the crowd, it's electric now. Shouting loud, they all know how. The CTV got what we crave. Sports with ice, it's waves and waves. Tigers strike and Bengals roar. Every game we want some more. Tune in and feel the thrill. Strawberry ice, he's giving chills. 5:30 sharp, don't be late. CTV, the sports awaits. Strawberry ice, he's on the mic, energy, it's pure delight.
Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome to the show. This is Sports with Strawberry Ice. I'm your host, Iceman Jeff Tronopole. And as always, I'm bringing you sports from a West Side point of view right here in the great city of Cincinnati, Ohio. And as always, I'm coming to you live from the Ice Cave. And the Ice Cave is brought to you by Priority Lawn and Landscaping. Hey, people are starting to cut the grass. Do you not want to cut your grass? Like I don't? Get Priority Lawn and Landscaping a call. Do you have flower beds and stuff that you don't want to mulch like I don't want to do or don't have time to do? Think Priority Lawn and Landscaping. Shrubberies, retaining walls, paver patios, anything landscaping remote. Think about Priority Lawn and Landscaping. Give them a call at 513-430-6114. That's 513-430-6114. What is up to everybody in the chat? We got Stranger in there, Brad's in there, Paul Parent's in there, Robert, Tony Blazin, Jerome. By the way, great seeing you yesterday, Jerome. He was down at the Moorline Lager House with us. Had a great time. Unfortunately, the Reds lost yesterday. I don't know about you guys, but kind of seemed like a lot like last year. Look, I love Tito, Terry Francona, but why in the hell did he have Ian Jabot closing the game out? I do not know. Do not understand that. I hope he doesn't do that again because that lost us the game. Now, we could have scored more runs. It would have been great. Hunter Green was pitching awesome. If he would have pitched maybe to the sixth inning, it might have helped. But either way, Reds lost a heartbreaker on opening day, but I had an absolute blast the last 2 days. If you guys have not checked it out, my opening day Eve podcast was live from inside the Moorline Lager House. It was for the Reds Community Fund. I'm going to cut up the videos here soon and put them out on the channel, but I interviewed Marty Brenneman and Amanda Brennan, which was a highlight of my podcasting career. I never thought I'd be able to interview the Hall of Famer, Marty Brennan. He was literally sitting right next to me. I felt like a giant to him. He's a very small man, but he's larger than life. He is awesome. He's very gracious. Him and Amanda were awesome. The Cowboy, Jeff Brantley, I got to interview him as well. And then if you guys remember some of my favorite sportscasters from back in the day from Channel 9, Dennis Jansen, DJ, John Popovich was on there, host of many other people. It was awesome. I will be cutting up those specific interviews, and they will be on the channel here shortly. But it was an awesome day. I had a great time at Moorline Lager House. My shout out to Billy DeVoe and the Nasty Boys podcast. Locked on Reds for showing up. The Bengals captain and Hube, they were on there. Matty Myers on there. The baseball professor, Harrison the comedian, he was on there. It was great. I appreciate every single one of you guys showing up and hanging out with me and having a great, great time. I hope you guys, I know at the beginning of the broadcast for opening day, the internet was a little fuzzy. I went back and watched it. We're working on that. I had to use Wi-Fi outside, so it was kind of hit or miss on that. So we got to work on trying to get directly plugged in. Oh, also Tanya Rourke was on there too. I forgot she was on there because Channel 9 was right next to me. So It was a great day. I had an absolute blast. I am wore out, but yeah, it was totally worth it. I see the draft guru is in the waiting room. He is fixing his hat, lined up, ready to go, looking as pretty as always. He's the man. He's the myth. He's the legend. He's Dale Altman. What's up, Dale?
Oh God, I can't get used to this up close shit, man. Fuck, I'm set back here and like fuck.
Right, just lean back.
Be a good time to show the GM Joe shirt.
There you go.
Courtesy of the Chop Shop.
Chop Shop.
GM Joe, the general manager we need. It's in the theme of G.I. Joe, you know.
Yeah, I like it. Man, watching paint dry is more exciting than watching the Reds play. Wow. It was a depressing finish. I agree with you.
Dustin was all the way in from Utah. Dustin Croft in the chat there. The CEO of Bengals and Brews, Dustin Croft, flew in for opening day.
Hold up. Dustin flew in and he didn't come to Moreline House to see me. I'm very upset, Dustin.
Well, Dustin, sorry I blew up your spot. I didn't know. I asked him if he wanted to do a show because I was trying to test some internet and do a mock draft. And he's like, I'm at the Reds game. I flew in for it. And I was like, well, I hope they get a win for you.
Yeah.
And then me and Greg was on the show, and Greg was yelling, and Greg was not happy.
I'm sure I'll get to hear about it all tonight at dinner when we all meet later on tonight.
He was very upset about the result of that game.
Yes, it was not. It was stupid. We should have freaking won the game. Like, why is Ian Jabot pitching in the ninth?
Fire David Bell.
We already fired David Bell.
Oh yeah, that's right. I seen a lot of that. That's the reason I say it, because a lot of people were like, "Fire David Bell," and then they're like, "Oh yeah."
We already did that.
No, I still have faith in Tito. I think he'll get it. I think he'll learn his lesson. I hope he learns his lesson. Like, don't put in Jabot in a high leverage situation.
Oh, there's two sides to every Jabot. Sometimes you get the good side, sometimes you get the bad side. We got the bad side yesterday. That's a Spaceballs reference, if anybody doesn't get it.
But a 3-2 game, and when they tied it 3-3, you put the next guy in.
Right, he still let him pitch. I'm like, what are you doing? Dustin said, sorry, bro, I had family with me and stuff. And I'm definitely going to contact with you boys this fall, if I can talk. Man, dude, seriously, so the show I did Wednesday night, I was literally on for almost 4 hours. And there wasn't a whole lot of dead time. There was some. Toward the end, I'm like, my jaw hurts because I'm talking too much. But dude, I got to interview Marty Brennaman. That is one thing never, ever, ever thought I'd be able to do. And him and Amanda were so nice. I saw him walk around. He got something to eat, and I said hi to him. And then I had a break, so I was walking around to grab somebody else, and he was there. And I was like, "Hey, Marty, I'm doing blah blah." He goes, "Hey, son, how you doing?" I said, "Good." I said, "Nice to see you."
Dad?
Yeah,
Dad?
Yeah, exactly.
You hug him?
Yeah, I know. Hey, so I said, "I'm doing a podcast over here." He goes, "Yeah, I saw it over there." I said, "Would you and Amanda want to come on?" He goes, "Yeah, we'll be over in a minute." I'm like, I thought it might have been a little while. Like literally within a minute, they walked over. I'm like, cool. So
yeah, it's one of those things. Also, he could have just never came. Like, I'll be over in a minute, and just never showed up. And then he's like, there. Yeah, that's awesome, man.
The other thing, I met Todd Frazier too. I tried to get him to come on the podcast.
The Todd father.
But he had to go do something at BetMGM. He said, I don't know, but it was fun. The Cowboy was on. The Cowboy was funny. He was in the room eating, and I walked over to him. And I waited till he got done talking, and I was like, "Hey, Cowboy, how you doing, Jeff? Doing a podcast right over here. So would you mind coming on?" He goes, how long do you need me? I said, a minute, 5 minutes. I said, I don't care for however long you get. He's like, all right. He was on for a good 5-10 minutes. So.
Like, what kind of beer do you want, sir?
Right, exactly. I will hook you up. He wasn't drinking beer. I think he was drinking bourbon or something. I don't know. It was something. It was something.
What kind of bourbon do you want, sir?
Yeah.
I have as long as till your glass is empty.
Exactly. I will hook you up.
You just walk up there and you go, pour one strong, and it's on you guys, not me. I'm doing the show for you guys.
Exactly. Well, dude, I was drinking beers like this. I did.
I don't watch your show.
Well, that's okay. Nobody watches my show. It's all right.
No, I did. I tuned in for a little bit. I missed I tuned in, and you had some of the Reds community guys on.
Yeah. Yeah, well, first guy was
Like,
Randy.
that was
Freed.
early on, you know.
Yeah,
and I was
was
like,
the first
damn,
one.
this audio sounds so good. I wish it sounded like this at Midwest.
Dude, I know. I'm like, dude,
No, dude, it wouldn't even sounded as good as it did without you. So,
But dude, people are like, you guys don't need to do remotes. Like, shut up. Yeah, they're fine. They can do remotes. You got to get it on the right.
I'm only doing it if you're doing it with me from now on. Period. Point blank.
That's it. Other than that, he ain't going to do it.
I'm not.
Brett,
You want to do another one during the summer? I said, I don't even. He said, do you guys want to talk about doing another one during the summer? I said, no, I don't want to talk about it. And that was the end of the conversation.
well, I got another one I'm doing for the draft party, which will be at MOT's, which actually we have another guest. We got Tyson Anderson.
Let's go.
We got Full Rock. David Fulcher is going to be there as well. So, MOT party. And then the next day, of course, we got you covered here. Come to MOT's and then go to the Flowing Warehouse for the Project Game Day fundraiser there. $30 ticket. Is it sold out yet?
No, because we got like 300 spots. We have hit 100 tickets sold. 200 to 300. It's kind of a fluid situation because we don't know how many vendors, how many this, that, and the other. Right, you know, so it may be only 200 tickets sold. Well, but we're at 100, halfway point with a month to go.
If you want to get tickets, Venmo them at Project Game Day and PayPal projectgameday@gmail.com. See, I like reading that part because they keep saying Venmo us. I'm like, where? You got to tell people where to Venmo them. Just, that's me. So that's why because I'm retarded when it comes to Venmo, and I just wrote.
You can't say that word, Jeff.
Sorry, I'm not very smart when it comes to
there you go.
Venmo. That better. So yeah, old habits die hard.
But there's also PayPal that's on there too if you don't have a Venmo. It's just like I have cash. Like, make it rain.
Well, I got Matty paid for mine, so he's got Venmo, so I'm gonna pay him back. So I have cash that way.
Nah, Matty's got it like that. With the golf event, have you talked about that at all? Because I mean, that's a thing. It's Project Game Day is part of that. I know some of the guys already golf and have a team like Jimmy and Matt, and I think Greg and Darth are a foursome. Which that's super gay.
It's May 18th. We're working on some people. I'm trying to get Carl Pickens to come. I don't know about Corey. I'm trying to get him to come. I don't know if we have anybody else locked down as far as former players. I know we talked to Teddy K yesterday, but he usually can't come because it's the same weekend as Indianapolis 500. That's why they haven't been able to come. So I know Matty was talking to him yesterday. I don't know where that's at, but Teddy K is awesome. And this drives me. I walk over, talk to Teddy, hang out or whatever. I never remember to take a picture with him. And I see all these people say, "Oh, Teddy K." I'm like, I sat there and talked to him because we're boys. I sat there and talked for a good 20 minutes, and I'm like, I just still think about it. And everybody's got the pictures with Teddy K. I'm like, I was there too.
Like, were you? Did you even see him? If there wasn't a picture taken, it never happened.
Exactly. It doesn't count if there's no picture taken.
Yeah.
Anyway, all right. So, Bengals' next move. I think it's Trey Hendrickson. I'm hoping it's happening before the draft. I still think they're going to be. I think it's going to be somewhere in between this, between 30 and 35. I think 35 is the high. I don't think it's going to go that high, but I think it might be like 33, 32, somewhere around there. 2-year,
32 and a half. Let's just go. Let's hit it right in the middle, right?
Yeah,
between 30 and 35.
Yeah, but I think it's going to be at the most a 3-year extension. I think it's more 2, which would make it a 3, counting on top of this year's contract.
I still think they could rip up.
They could do that too. Yeah.
And that could be like, we'll give you a 2-year extension at 32 and a half per. So then it averages to 2 years, $65 million, and that's his contract for 2 years. And it's and he may retire after 2 years. He might. Like, I'm just saying.
He could. I mean,
I just don't want it to go to training camp. I've been on that. Like, I don't want it to go to training camp. He's setting out. He sets out a game. He's not going to set out this season. That's not beneficial.
Well, he could sit out 8. He could sit out 8 games.
Yes,
and it would still count. But I don't see Trey doing that. I don't know personally. I just don't see him actually going.
Well, just like last year, and that's what But I don't want it to get there because you sign Chase, you sign Higgins. So for locker room chemistry, You're on an upswing. So why would you even want to go there with trade? Just find a compromise to get this done. And that's because there's all these and I feel like the updates are no updates. Like, yeah, they want to keep him. Yeah, they're not going to trade him. It's like, it's felt that way.
We got breaking news here. Did you get served by the Dance King BSG?
No, we're talking about Jordan Battle likes to dance. So maybe at the draft event, because Greg was doing some mouth dancing, when Greg sings, we call it mouth dancing.
Yeah, because he doesn't actually sing; he just screams or talks. And
it's a Taylor Swift song, and we're all guessing Slayer and System of a Down, but it's Taylor Swift. It's like, number one, I don't really listen to Taylor Swift. Number two, bro, it don't sound like no Taylor Swift the way you're.
Oh God, I wish I hadn't missed that. I'll have to go back and watch that one.
So,
well, actually, I'll try to get Greg to do it at the restaurant tonight. See if he'll do it right in front of everybody.
But so there were some jokes about like Jordan Battle likes to dance, and what if he challenged you? And Greg's like, I've never been served. I will never be served. Like, he's all about that you got served stuff because he watched that movie that time.
Well, you guys, I think Greg should come to the draft party and him and Jordan have a dance off.
Well, Greg will be there.
Oh, he is going to be. Oh, that's right. See, I'll get my own guest confused. I got Tyson Anderson. You guys got Jordan. I'll get my own guest confused. But yeah, they have plenty of room. Right there in the middle of the folding warehouse, or just pick a lane. Just
battle it off, boys. One way to sell. No one has asked Jordan Battle if he's down to do this. By the way, it's just. We're just assuming that he likes to dance, so him and Greg will have a dance off. It'll just be Greg hitting the awkward dot
bot. Yeah.
He will get served.
It will definitely be good viral internet TV. You should definitely do that. Just see.
But the draft. Who should we take? What should we do? I do think trade's the next move. And then I still hope we try to get a guard. I would send Joe Burrow. I said this yesterday. I would send Joe Burrow to go down because Brandon Scherff likes to fish and hunt. I'd send Tyler Eifert. We're pulling him in. Teddy K, especially if it's fishing. Teddy K loves fishing. I would send the whole crew down and be like, come on, Scherff, you got another year in you.
One more.
Because I would feel better going into the draft having Brandon Scherff at right guard. And then Lucas Patrick, Cody Ford, Cordell Volson. I still think Volson has a high chance of getting cut. I do because of the player performance escalator, which is $3.5, $3.6 million instead of what he would have made otherwise, which is like $1 million.
Well, the other thing too is if you add another guard, just pure bodies, because you also got Kirkland in there. So just for pure bodies, he might be the odd man out,
I'm taking all my clothes off right now. That's why I went off screen. Oh yeah.
The hell just happened?
No, I don't know. I was actually going to rip a heater, but I did rub my nipples just for even though I was off screen, I was like, I feel like I need to do this.
Ghetto Baby says Burrow needs to buy Scherff a new fishing boat, and he might sign. Hey. I think Burrow should do whatever he can to get Scherff.
Yeah, and a samurai sword.
Yes. Well, I wouldn't mind getting Reisner either. I mean, I'd rather have Scherff. But my thing is with Scherff, if it's what I've heard where he's thinking about retiring or signing with the Bengals, if he's thinking about retiring, he better get his, make sure he really wants to play because, for what I've heard is once you start thinking about retiring, you're already retired.
Yeah, but in a way, there's also a lot of these guys that will just wait till camp to sign and then they go and play just fine. You know?
Which
I don't want to go through all this all-season bullshit.
Right.
I know I can still play. I'm still doing my training. I'm doing my thing. I'm at home with my kids. I'm not having to fly to another city.
Well, we had that with Lael and Trent Brown last couple of years, and
that's fair.
I'd rather have guys who are all in and physically ready to play.
Well, I also think you can't, for chemistry reasons, never cross swords, Jolly says.
Exactly.
I hate
when my shorts gets twisted. Oh,
you can cross streams though. That's not even that gay if you cross streams.
Well, we're doing it right now. We're crossing streams on the internet.
That's true. Yeah, I got my stream across your stream.
Yeah, exactly. Brian here says Al Golden may have to have draft targets in mind. I'm sure he does. We'll see. What I don't like about this with the defense, they're putting an awful lot of pressure on Al Golden. And right now with the offensive line, they're putting an awful lot of pressure on Sanders. I always forget the new offensive line coach. Is that his name?
No, it's Peters. Scott Peters.
Scott Peters. I feel they're putting an awful lot of pressure on those two because they really haven't improved either one. I mean, yes.
Right. Give your chefs ingredients.
Yeah, we have a nose guard, which we didn't have last year, which I that's an upgrade. But we need more, because they're going to have to hit. Realistically, if they do draft a guard in this draft, they're going to have to hit at least 4 spots, in my opinion. They're going to need an interior guy, 3 tech, an edge, a linebacker, and a guard.
Yeah, I'm glad you said linebacker because that's the one. That's the one because the Pratt thing is still hanging over.
He's not going to play.
I think the whole team's head. Like if he plays this year, whatever. But he also is not very athletic anymore. He's not that great anymore. Yeah, he puts up tackles. He also misses a lot of tackles. And if he doesn't really want to be here, and I just don't think Al Golden really necessarily wants it, but I don't understand why they wasn't more aggressive in free agency to fill the starting role. Yeah, they brought in Oren Burks, but they did not bring in a starting linebacker because
if you're going to Owen Burks, obviously I think they think he's going to replace Akeem Davis-Gaither. But the thing is, you could have done is you could have signed Gaither, and at least you had Burks too, and that's at least another.
Yeah, I agree.
Another capable linebacker. Whether you think either one are starting linebackers or not. I
like Jean Meta and Shaka Hayward, but I'm not penciling them in as starters.
No,
if Pratt leaves.
No, exactly. And I'm kind of surprised Pratt's still here. Like, what are they? That's where I'm like, are they trying to make him play? Because they can. But that's the stuff I don't want. If guys don't want to be here, I don't want them here. And like, if Trey Hendrickson, I want Trey Hendrickson's contract settled. I don't want this going in. I don't want any off the field issues going into training camp.
And they also have no pass rush outside of Trey Hendrickson.
Yeah. I mean, well, hopefully, I think Joseph Ossai is going to have a good year. I just got a feeling. I think this is going to be his year. I think Miles.
I think Murphy's going to have a good year.
Yeah, but you still got to add to it. Like, look at Dusty. Thanks for the $5 super chat. I appreciate it. I said, this is why I am on Mike Green and Nolan in the first. Right tackles in the AFC North stink. Art of war, attack your enemy's weakness. Those, honestly, those are the two I want. I mean, one of those two. I keep saying Nolan because I really love to see Nolan next to TJ Surf.
The character. Listen, those are my 2 top guys.
Yeah.
I put a tweet out about that yesterday, and I'm like, my 2 top guys based off tape because I'm not a team that has all this information. But those are my 2 ideal picks based on tape. But if people have character concerns, you have to factor it in. Same thing with Jermaine Burton. I didn't like that pick.
Well, question is, we keep hearing character concerns about these 2. What are they?
Mike Green has 2 sexual assault cases.
No, but that's why he went to Marshall.
One in high school and then one at Virginia while he transferred to Marshall. So it's 2, and he has spoken like, yeah, I had these. He hasn't denied that. So that's easier to speak on. With Walter Nolan, I have no idea. James Pierce Jr., another guy I like.
Yeah, I like him too.
There's also character concerns. And it's like, Walter Nolan and James Pierce and a lot of like Daniel Jeremiah and Dane Brugler and these people, they're falling to the second round or late first. And it's like, they're way more talented than that. But it's like, what?
But if you could get them in the second round, that'd be even better. So question, if the Bengals for some reason, which falling to 49 would be a big fall for either one of those guys, Green or Nolan. I don't think they're falling that far. But what if, and I keep talking about this, but they also have to have a draft partner or trade partner to do this.
Correct.
Grade back, get an extra second or third. And the only way this will happen, I think, if Shedeur Sanders starts dropping, because Joe Farsi on here, he goes with me sometimes. He does not like Shedeur Sanders. He does not think.
I don't. I mean, he's like 31st on my board. I still think he's going in the top 3 picks. I think if the Browns don't take him, the Giants will.
If he gets past the Giants, I'll be shocked. It's a quarterback-driven league. These are the two best quarterbacks in there. Jackson Dart is the third one, but they have
and he may go in the top 15.
And he might too. Which, I mean, I would like that because I want more of our guys that we want to drop back.
Yes.
And hopefully there's some guys that, hey, some other teams might want to jump up in front of us and get that we could trade back and get another pick and get some of these guys. Because this year we need more picks. And Anthony Cosenza said this. I think you were on the podcast with us that Saturday night where he said, Daniel Jeremiah said that there are, in Daniel Jeremiah's opinion, there's 24 defensive starters in this draft. That bodes well for the Bengals. I mean, because we need defensive starters.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying they can't screw it up, but it makes it a lot harder when there's 24 starters, defensive starters in this draft, and you get 6 picks.
Well, I have been like, take a defensive tackle for 3 years since we lost Larry O, and B.J. Hill is a good player. I wouldn't say B.J. Hill is a game changer.
He's not a guy. They need to get snaps off of him. He needs to have less snaps. I think he's more effective with less snaps.
I agree.
That's why Nolan would be great.
I do, but it's like they have not done it, and they have not taken a defensive tackle since 1994. But I also did the research this week.
Yeah.
Of the top players at defensive tackle, pass rush wise, like 6 or more sacks. And I think it was like 12 of 14 to 15. I think it was 14, actually, because the one I gave grace to was Osa Odigizua, because he signed a $20 million extension with Dallas per year. But he's never had more than 4.5 sacks in a season. So the guys that have had more than 6 sacks, 12 of the 14 were drafted in the first round. 12 of the 14. I'm sorry. I'm not an expert. I'm not a genius. But if you look at history, you look at trends, you look at this and that, you're not going to find your pass rushing defensive tackle. Yeah, every now and again you get a Geno Atkins. How many years ago was Geno Atkins?
A while ago.
You can't just say, we'll find a guy in the 4th.
Yeah. That's the thing is they keep looking for that. They got lucky, and they did. They got lucky and got Geno.
100%.
That was luck. I mean, it's just like when the Chiefs got Mahomes. I don't care if they traded up for him. Not. It was luck. They didn't know they knew they liked him. They didn't know he was going to be as good as he is. You get lucky sometimes. The Patriots got lucky with Tom Brady. They got lucky. You get lucky sometimes. The Bengals got lucky with Geno Atkins. You can't count on that again. That's where I look. The characteristics with Nolan, I have a hard time if he's there at 17 of passing him up because the thought of putting him next to TJ, what the hell's his name?
Slayton.
Thank you, TJ Slayton. Just gets my juices going right there. And then you got BJ taking snaps off of him.
McKinley, Chris Jenkins. You feel better about the whole unit. The whole depth chart.
Yes,
because injuries happen.
Mm-hmm. The interior line, as long as they stay healthy, would be fixed if you add Nolan. Now you still got to add an edge, which I think you can get an edge in the 2nd or 3rd round. I do. Because, I mean, I'm not trying to talk bad about the edge. You put your fingers in the ground and you drive the quarterback. That's what you do. You could drop back and cover, but the biggest thing is going after the quarterback. You can find those guys.
Here and there. I mean, you got to.
I'm not saying it's easy, but I'll put it this way: in this draft, I would take Nolan and then try to get an edge in the 2nd round.
The Bengals have shown interest in Jack Sawyer, right?
Yep.
So a lot of people are like, "Well, 49," and I'm an Ohio State fan. Look, I got the Ohio State national championship thing back there.
Yeah.
But I think I wouldn't want to take Jack Sawyer till the 3rd round like I took Sam Hubbard. I don't think he's a game changer, a pass rusher, or this, that, and the other. And they have bodies. They have, like you said, Osai, Murphy, but they also Cedric Johnson, great 6th round pick, by the way. Love that pick. And then they brought back Cam Sample, who I still think could kick in at times.
Oh, if they do that, they always put him on the outside.
But
Sam not there anymore. That might give more opportunities.
But I am afraid that the Bengals will take Sawyer at 49 because he is coming in for a visit. I don't think it counts as a top 30. I think it counts as like a local visit, but he's still coming in like that. That is the one he mentioned right away. I could stay in Ohio again. It makes so much sense. Hubbard retired. I'm the new Hubbard.
I told people said that.
So
I
you
mean, I
can
wouldn't,
see
like
it.
you said, I wouldn't be.
I wouldn't be mad at it in the
Matt-
third round, but we had Ian Cummings on. You've had him on your show, Pro Football Network.
Mm-hmm.
He's like day 3,
Yes.
4th round. That's where he would feel comfortable
right.
about him. And I'm like, I would be good with it in the third.
Yeah.
But I do
I would be-
understand.
I would be
second or first is going to be a reach.
Yeah.
We did that with Carmen. We've done that with people. And
we don't need
as
and
fans,
that's the thing. We don't with the talent that's in this draft. We shouldn't have to reach. What we need is in this draft. You shouldn't have to reach. They really shouldn't.
Yeah, Brian McHugh. Someone will fall either on defense or O-line. Just depends how it pans out. Always. You have to take the guy that falls at times. And I think that will happen at 17. So I've talked a lot about safety. It was linebacker because I'm, as you mentioned, linebacker too.
Right.
Jahad Campbell. But he just had shoulder surgery for a torn labrum that happened at the combine.
Oh,
that's a 6 to 8 month recovery. So do we trust bringing in an injured player? I just don't. I know it's a new coaching staff. It's a new this, that, and the other.
So we need guys.
But how many times have we been burnt? Cedric Ogbuehi, William Jackson, Billy Price, guys coming off an injury that basically it's a red shirt season. I'm just not willing to do that. So,
and we need plug and play guys. We need guys that can step in and play, especially defense side of the ball. Step in and play right away. So
I love Jahad Campbell, but I just could not do that at 17.
I still think safety wise, the kid from Notre Dame.
Xavier Watts.
Yeah, Xavier Watts. Yeah.
If he's there at 49, But with safety, I'm not ruling it out at 17 with Malachi Starks. I mean,
true. Yeah, if he's there.
Nick Imamori, great testing, this, that, and the other. But he is a strong safety like Jordan Battle was a strong safety.
Mm-hmm.
I still want to see Jordan Battle play a full season knowing he's the starter.
Yep.
Geno Stone. If Malachi Starks beats out Geno Stone, maybe they cut him and save money.
Hey, I like Tyson Anderson. Maybe I'm a little biased, but make him a starter.
It's not going to happen. They've never given him snaps. Like I've wanted it.
They've never.
Dejon Anthony. There's no reason to believe they have faith in these guys.
What about James Pierce Jr.?
Once again, it's another one of those character things. I love James Pierce's tape. He is light.
I just don't see that. I haven't watched. I haven't looked at a draft board here in a couple of days. But is he? Because I saw a lot of boards where he was up more in the high 10s instead of in like the teens. Is he still?
Well, I look at mock drafts, especially when they're like Daniel Jeremiah, Dane Brugler's, the guys like that who have like NFL connection.
Bucky Brooks had us drafted a wide receiver. We're not drafting a freaking wide receiver number one. Well, that's not how.
But Daniel Jeremiah was a scout for the Ravens, so and when he puts out a mock, he always says this compared to his top 50 board is how he feels about players.
Right.
His mock drafts are what he's hearing from teams,
and that's what I want. That's what I want to see. I don't care. I mean, I do care where you have a rank, but where do you think they're going to go from what you're finding out? That's what I want to know.
Yeah, and Walter Nolan and James Pierce a lot of times are falling out of the first round.
Really?
So the character stuff, there has to be some smoke. Like the smoke may be a fire.
They're not going to fall to 49 though. I don't think they'll be the first part.
I think the Chiefs, the Eagles at the end of the first will be like, yes, sir. Let's take these guys that are top 15 on your board.
That's what I don't want to happen. I'll be so.
I know.
If I see Walter Nolan in a Chiefs jersey, I'll be so freaking pissed.
But those teams are able to take those risks.
Yeah.
Is the difference, because they spend money in free agency. They have the cash flow that the Bengals just don't have. Well, because they don't own outside businesses. This is just the reality.
And if they structure contracts right and not cost themselves more money on the cap, that might help a little bit.
But hope springs eternal. So the hope for the Bengals is honestly Al Golden playing younger guys, the younger guys stepping up. Because I do think this is something I've been thinking about a lot. Because I don't want to always be the negative motherfucker. Like, I call it realism, but maybe it's just being a negative motherfucker.
I'm always positive.
Pessimistic. But I do see a vision where Al Golden's system simplifying the defense, because we've seen it last year
yeah.
with Lou when the defense was simplified.
It was a lot
I
better.
see the talent, the athleticism in the secondary. Now we need health in that.
Yeah.
But Dak Seal's the slot corner. DJ Turner's outside. Cam Taylor-Britt has his head screwed on right this season.
If those three play like they can, our secondary is going to be fine. If they play like they athletically like they can,
and then Jordan Battle actually coming in as a starter, probably motivated to show what he can do, because 4-year starter at Alabama says something to me under Nick Saban.
Right. That's why I'd never. Well, there were two things last year. Why in the hell Jordan didn't start?
For 2 straight years, it's been like that.
And then the other thing I kept getting upset with is why, and I love Sam Hubbard, but why was he getting more snaps than Myles Murphy? I did not understand. You drafted Myles Murphy number 1 2 years ago. Like you got, and you're not. I love Sam, but you're not getting enough out of that position. You weren't. You needed to. Myles Murphy needed to step up, and we don't know because he didn't get the snaps. He's getting pressure when he's getting out there, but he's not getting enough snaps to really make an impact.
But I think a lot of people have written off Myles Murphy, and I remember because we were doing a live show, Jeff, like
you were
marathon streams. We had like 10 people on the screen. Everybody was disappointed Myles Murphy was drafted. And I said, I'm good with that.
We went to Michael.
I said, he's young. He's going to take some time. I said,
for 2 years now.
But the upside and talent, which if he had more snaps, I think we would already see more of it. Because you can say he's had 0 sacks, this, that, and the other. But I think he's about to take a huge leap this year. We already seen Joseph Osai start to make that leap in his year 4 season. And he dealt with some injuries and the Kansas City things. No matter what he says, screwed his head up for a season. It did.
Because he felt like he cost them the game. And that play.
Jermaine Pratt didn't make it any better.
No, Jermaine Pratt did not help whatsoever. So, yeah, that did, which is still just a shit thing to do.
But if you get one of those two to take a big step as talent-wise, as a guy who evaluates the draft, Myles Murphy, Joseph Osai, ultra-talented players. You have Hendrickson back. I think this is why I always go to the pass-rushing defensive tackle, because I see the vision at edge. Honestly, I do, because I think those guys will take steps. Now, linebacker, we still need one.
We need one. That one, because you have Logan Wilson, you have the guy we just signed. I can't think of his name.
Oren Burks,
and who? I mean
Shaka Hayward, Young Meta, but but
are
they special teams? Are they special teams? Are they goal line packages?
I'm saying, are these guys comfortable with starting?
Yeah,
no.
I agree.
Yeah, and nothing, and they might prove me wrong, which is fine. I hope they do. But right now, today's 6:08 on March 28th. I'm not comfortable with that. I want another linebacker, a starting one, caliber one. And I don't think it's going to happen in free agency. It's got to happen in the draft. That's where I've kind of come back to. The linebacker might be open in the second round. That's where I think that might be.
There's literally one second round linebacker I would take. It's Carson Schlesinger from.
Well, you think it'd be a first round linebacker then?
No, it's Jihad Campbell, and he has the shoulder. That's it. Those are my top 2. Okay. That's what sucks. This linebacker class is not set up for getting there's 5 guys that I think I can get
brings you
one
back
of them.
to bringing Pratt back, which
I know.
I don't know.
That's why I was all over okay.
That's why I wish we would have kept Akeem Davis-Gaither there. At least I would have felt better along with the guy we got. I'll at least feel better that he's made.
I agree with that, but I'm just saying I thought they should have went outside. But I also outside before free agency started, there was like 5 teams that re-signed their own guys at linebacker. I think every other team felt the same way that the Bengals were probably thinking. Like 5 guys went off the board the day before tampering period started at linebacker because they just,
exactly.
They took them off the board because it was like, hey, we need linebackers, and we're not letting our guys leave. So that's a huge hole for the Bengals. Still.
Yes, and that's one that it's getting more worrisome for me, to be honest, because I think
it is.
We can fill the need with 3 tech and edge in the draft. Linebackers are just like, I don't know. Neil, what's up, man?
What's going on, guys? How are you? Sorry, I'm a little late.
Look at him all. He's in his office and look at all pretty.
God damn it, Neil! Eat a fucking sandwich. Jesus Christ, I've never seen a guy that skinny.
He makes us look ginormous. All right, Neil. So we're talking a little Bengals.
We
here.
make ourselves look ginormous. But.
Yeah, big guys. What do you expect? Oh, dude, I felt like a giant sitting. If you watch the videos, sitting next to Marty Brenneman and John Popovich and Dennis Jansen, I'm like, do I need to like scooch down because they're like here on me? I'm like, what the hell?
Oh, you're saying height. I was just saying like.
Well, that I'm just fat too. I mean,
Yeah,
but height wise, I'm like, holy crap. Anyway, Neil, what do you think they're going to do with Pratt? Or our linebacker in general? Because like Dale said, there's not many linebackers in this draft to get that would be worth getting. Free agency is pretty much done.
You're not getting anything at linebacker.
Are they going to keep? Are they to the point where they're going to have to keep Pratt?
I think it could go either way, right? I mean, obviously, you would like to kind of see how things play out with the draft, but honestly, with him wanting to be traded, I would seek a trade now. Obviously,
but what are they going to get for him? That's what I don't.
That's where I'm going. You're not going to get probably much. You're going to get what, a 6th to 7th round pick?
Maybe.
Well, and you can't use the money now to invest in the team. It's the same thing with Henderson for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where I'm at. I think right now, I think it's a little too late to. If you were going to trade him, you would have done it right when he requested it, right? So I mean,
I still don't think they would have got anything for him. That's the whole point. Is
exactly. I don't think they were going to get anything higher than a 5th or a 6th round pick.
Well, that's where I'm like, why didn't they cut him? Are they going to try to bring him back? I mean, all right, Dale, I'll ask you this.
No, it's the only time to trade him, Jeff. Maybe this is what you're going to ask, but the only time to trade him will be during the draft. They will have to get, and it's very like Campbell having the torn labrum and the shoulder surgery crushes that thought. But Carson Schlesinger, let's say they get him at 49, and they're like, this is our starter. Then they can trade Pratt for a 6th round pick or a 7th round pick and have an extra pick because they only have 6.
With that injury, would he drop to the 2nd round with that injury? You think? Would he drop that far?
No, because a lot of teams are not going to drop him that far. I mean, he's a top 15 player on my board talent wise, but it's for the Bengals specifically.
But what if he's sitting there at 17?
That's the reason I can't take him, Jeff. That's what I'm saying. Because
do you think
it's a 6 to 8 month recovery, which puts him being back at the beginning of the season at best.
Right.
But that means he hasn't really done much or hit anybody for 8 months.
Well, my point is, do you think the Bengals look at it that way? The Bengals might go, oh shit, we need a linebacker. We've got interior guys. We got edge. We really need a linebacker. I mean, they did it with Billy Price. They've
done it with Cedric Ablehi. All the examples are bad. Is the thing,
right? I know. I'm not saying it's good. I know.
But I mean, I'm not going to rule it out. But I think it would be a bad way because they need an impact guy.
Yes.
Because of the way they structure contracts and because of the inactivity of building your team in free agency before the draft, they need an impact guy. And if you don't know that this guy might not play till halfway through the season,
right?
That would scare me. I'm not going to rule it out though.
No, that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying I think they should do this or anything. It's scary. I don't necessarily want them to do this at all, but I can see them do it. Now, William here wants to know what's the chances of Tyler Warner being at 17?
I think realistically, that's more realistic than some of the other draft picks there. Now, if Tyler Warren is there at 17, Cincinnati would be foolish to pass up. That is a once-in-a-generational talent. We saw what he was able to do at Penn State. But overall, Cincinnati, you re-signed Mike Gesicki, which is great. I mean, if that is the route they were
I'd be shocked if he's there at 17, to be honest. I mean, that's my tight end in the draft.
Well, there's like eight actual first-round guys, and I think they go within the top 10 picks.
Yeah, I don't see him.
But yes, go ahead, Neil. Sorry.
Yeah, I was about to say, I don't see him being there at 17. I really don't. Now, it's going to be interesting to kind of see like what might happen if he were to fall and what would Cincinnati do. Obviously, everyone's going to be, do you go best player available or do you take your edge rusher, your D tackle, your guard, whatever it might be. But realistically, I don't see Tyler Warren falling past maybe 15. And I'm looking at a mock draft right now. And they have him a late first rounder. But realistically, I think he has the potential. And with how he tested in Indy, I don't see him being available for the Bengals' first-round draft pick.
Even if he was, like, I know you're saying he'd be BPA. I don't think they would go that route. I know
They can't.
that.
That's the thing.
They
where I'm like,
they
they
pinned
can't.
themselves in this position that I don't
Right.
think they can.
Right.
Because
let's just say they draft him. All right, cool. We got a really good tight end. Still didn't fix our defensive end. Still didn't fix our interior line. Still didn't fix our linebacker. And those are the three big things we need. It didn't fix it.
And you can say, well, you can get them later, but you actually can't. Like, if you look at the history of the draft, if you're getting an impact guy, you're getting him within the first 2 rounds. Sometimes you hit on 3rd, 4th, 5th, but the likelihood of that is so much smaller. It's just historically, data-wise, it doesn't happen.
I mean, it would be great because, Jerome says the tight end room is pretty full, but we don't have, like, Alt getting hurt us a ton because he was the guy that you could put out there and you don't know if you're going to run it or you're going to throw it. Everybody else, if they're out there, you pretty much know if you're going to run it or throw it. If you got Drew Sample out there, you're probably going to run it.
They signed Cam Grandy back.
Yeah.
And I know that seems minor, but they signed Hudson back.
Which are good tight ends, but they're not elite guys. I mean, they're not.
No. But it's like, who are you cutting? And we know how the Bengals do with their money. I just don't see a tight end. I don't see them taking a tight end the entire draft, to be honest.
I don't think they can. That's the point. Is they can't take one. They kicked this can down the road so far. They can't. They should have drafted tight end 2 years ago when they had all the freaking draft. All the tight ends.
I think James Casey was on with. I haven't watched it, but I seen something about it. James Casey was on with Lapham, and somebody said. So I want to watch it to be sure, but somebody said it sounds like Tanner McLaughlin is going to get a chance to play. They drafted him in the 6th round. They never played him. He was inactive the entire season. But that's another roster spot that they took up an entire season for.
Well,
he's 26 years old.
Right.
Well,
what's your thoughts on him?
Year.
You're not that high on him, though, are you?
No, I was. Daniel Jeremiah had him in his top 100. I had him, I think, as a 5th round guy. We got him in the 6th. Like, he didn't go far off from where I thought, but he broke a lot of Gronk's records. I'm not saying he's Gronk. Don't get it twisted.
We just drafted Gronk. You're telling me you're getting me excited now, Dale.
But I'm saying this guy has talent, and I wanted to see it last year, especially after Eric All got hurt. I just wanted to see what he could do, and we didn't. But it's like they gave him a redshirt season at 25 years old, which is weird.
Hey, can you do me a favor? Can you run the show for a second? Because my dog Burrow is out there barking, and I think he's tied up, and I'm in the house by myself. So let me go grab him. You two talk together, okay?
Well, I got to pee, but yes.
All right, I'll be quick. I'll be quick. Just hang on.
You better be quick.
Go ahead.
All right, Neil.
Welcome to Bengals and Brews.
Welcome to Bengals and Brews. Are we going to talk? Do you want to talk Bengals? Or you want to talk Reds? Where do you want to go with this? Because
let's go either. I'm down for either.
All right. Well, let's switch it to Reds because Jeff's wearing Reds. Is that a red shirt you're wearing?
Yeah, I coach, so I'm wearing some school gear at my practice.
So it's not Cincinnati Reds.
It's just a Oak Hills Highlanders t-shirt.
Inge Bowl. Let's go there. Probably mispronounced the name. What did you think of that decision by Terry Francona? Because I heard a lot of fire David Bell after the game was over. I know he's already been fired. But
honestly, I hated the decision. Yesterday. I was not a fan of it because obviously, if we talk about it, Hunter Green pitched an absolute gem, right? Yeah. And then you're up in the 9th inning, and the next thing you know, shit hits the fan. You are up, 4-2 in the 4-2 in the 9th, and then Gabo comes in and blows the save.
3-2. It was a
3-2. Yep, 3-2. But overall, I mean, unacceptable in my opinion, right? I mean, this is the guy who has been bounced around from team to team throughout his career. I mean, he's 31. After one game, I mean, opening day, it's not ideal for that to happen. He might have looked good in the spring, but it still sticks to the identity that Cincinnati desperately needs help in the bullpen. They didn't address anything there in the offseason.
Well, I mean, the guy from San Francisco.
I feel like they did, but I feel like, okay, and it's like, even if you want to roll in out, this is just my opinion, Neil, to toss this back. So they did address it. They had options, even with their closer out Diaz, knowing that when it got tied up 3-3, would you
Why
have
didn't they
brought
change
in
the league?
another pitcher at that point? Because that's the biggest problem I have. It's not
Why'd you leave him out there? Yeah.
I would have, me personally, obviously this is the coach and me talking, I would have made a change.
Yeah. I think we
I
all
would have made the change right away, especially, like I said, Hunter Green was shoving an absolute gem. I would have made a change, right? Because, I mean, he came in there and he got lit up right from the jump. And in that thing, you got to make a change. I know it's opening day. Emotions are high. Energy's high. But you have plenty of different options, right? If something's not working and he gets tattooed right off the rip, go make a change. You got plenty of healthy arms behind you. It's not like we're on game 85 heading into the All-Star break where people are tired. They've been overused a little bit. They're looking forward to the break. This is opening day. You got to place your best guys in the best situations. And the reason I go that way, Dale, is because think about it. Alexis Diaz is hurt, starts the season on the IL list. Is Ian Gabeau really our second best option behind guys like
Where was Graham Ashcraft? Why did they bring him out?
That's exactly who I was going to mention. Behind guys like Graham Ashcraft, a couple other guys, Sam Maul even.
He came out after.
Right.
Gave it up.
Why are we going to Ian Gabeau right off the rip? That was my biggest question.
So to answer Chop's question here, Chop, he's the same age as my son Chandler. They went to school together.
Yeah, I graduated in 2018.
Yep, with Chandler. I didn't know I knew Neil, but I knew Neil since he was at not elementary, but middle school.
Yeah, which is crazy because long story short, for those who actually know, Jeff actually coached the volleyball team that I was a part of when we were younger. He coached the B team, right?
Yep.
And I was on the A team.
Yep.
And
I was on B squad.
Yeah, I mean, you fast forward to where we're at 10, 15 years later, I'm now the head coach. So
yeah. It was all because of me. Oh, yeah. Even though I didn't coach Neil, it was all because of me, though.
Yeah. Long story short, it was all Jeff. Jeff.
All right, guys. So the Reds are one thing I drives me nuts, and they do this all the time. We wait all year for Reds opening day, and then they play one day, and then they have a day off. I don't know why in the hell they do that. Because like tonight there's a Reds game. Tomorrow night they get back at it. I've never understood that. Like I want to watch baseball tonight. Well, I want to watch Reds baseball, and I can't because they're not playing. I would love to know why they do that.
Hey, I'm here for it because you know what? Tonight my plans are busy. I'm taking a couple minutes away from some coaching to come on here. Tomorrow we got a big try match in the morning. Hopefully take care of business, and then after that I'll go celebrate by going to the Reds game.
There you go.
Celebrate the start we're having. So
hopefully be 1-1. I still think I said this yesterday at opening day. I still think the Tito Francona effect. I still think it's 10 wins, even though we lost the first one. And Joe, our buddy Joe, tweeted me out. Goes, "Oh yeah, well he's -1 now. So he owes us a game."
Yeah, no, I'm right there. I mean, obviously, I know a lot of people were upset about how things were handled in the back half of or heading into the ninth, but I mean, it's game one. Yeah. There's still a lot of things you would like to see better. I mean, you look down at the stat sheets. I mean, Hunter Green shoved, which was great to see. 5 innings, 8 strikeouts, and 5 strikeouts in the first 2 innings, if I remember right.
And everybody got free pizza too. They got 7 strikeouts. Everybody got free
17 strikeouts total. And they only need 12 for free pizza? 11?
Something like that, yeah.
But overall, I mean, you look down at the batting statistics, the offensive statistics of this one. It's great, right? That's a great sign. Great to see Yamir Candelario get on base and drive some RBIs in. I know they desperately missed him.
Well, his first 2 at bats, he got 3 RBIs. That was pretty good. That was a good way to start
which is great to see.
Yeah.
It's great to see Christian Encarnacion Strand get back out there fully healthy after missing the last season. I know you still look at Matt McClain and you see 0 for 5 with 2 strikeouts, but I mean, hey, it's good to see him back out there healthy. I know things can shake the rust off, but overall, if you're Cincinnati, you got to be positive to see Matt McClain back out there fully healthy. Christian Encarnacion Strand out there. Ellie's still getting on base.
Well, I'm going to also give Francona grace. Like I started this off talking about like Fire David Bell was the joke that was out there. And it's like, yeah, he's not here. It's a joke. I get it. It's funny. Ha ha.
Sorry.
But it's like I don't think Tito forgot how to be a manager. And I think This is one game out of 162. That's a great thing about baseball. I wish they played tonight so we could see it. We got to wait till tomorrow. But
Yeah.
I think they'll be fine.
Like Jerome said, we about had the game winner. I thought he was about to hit it out there that last. Or I think it would have tied it up. That last one.
Yeah, we were still on the stream, and Greg's like, and I was like, he's like, he hit that so good, it's good, and he's like, oh, he caught it at the warning track. Oh. And I was like, Greg, you just got everyone excited for no fucking reason.
That's Greg's English.
You like to see homos naked?
That's savage mode right there, dude. That is savage mode. Neil, do you have to go coach? You're looking around. People want you to go coach.
Oh yeah, Neil's literally coaching right now.
No, I'm in the office. My practice actually wrapped up at 6:00. That's why I was a little late. I had to take care of some things after practice for our guys. But varsity's going outside of the office, so a ball actually just smacked the door. That's probably what you heard. But
I thought like, Neil, get out here.
Yeah, but we got a light night tonight with the varsity guys, so I really don't have to kind of stick around. They'll be done by 7. We got a try match early in the morning, so they'll be back at the school by 7:30. Games start at 9. We'll be ready to go, hopefully done early in the morning.
There you go.
Oh yeah.
I cannot wait until football.
Come on now. It's been one game of the Reds. You're wearing your Red stuff.
I love football.
Don't give up on it.
I'm not giving up.
Hey, spring football's here at UC, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Ohio State.
Yeah. By the way, this guy right here is an Ohio State fan. So yeah,
Oh, he sees it.
I see it.
Neil covers the Bearcats.
I know.
So. Neil, can you give me some hope for the football season this year? Because damn it, we needed one more win, and we would have been bowl eligible, and we couldn't even get it.
I'll tell you right now a name to keep an eye on: wide receiver Jeff Caldwell.
All right.
6'5", 220 pounds, and just broad jumped 11'9".
I did that. Dale can do that in his backyard.
Hey, 11.
I would break all the bones in my body to jump 3 feet.
11 feet 9, 11 9 inch broad jump. That would have been the third highest at the NFL Combine in the last 10 years. And
that's awesome.
Came to Cincinnati from Lindenwood. He's a freak athlete.
Now, what's this potential transfer from, like, he was going to go to Fordham?
No, stop it. What? Jeff, I'm a draft guy. I do the draft guy for Project Game Day. I need to hear more about that. So is he in his senior season?
Junior, I believe. Let me double check, but I believe
so he may have 2 years of eligibility. Woo.
Yes, and he is a freak. Like
what was that last name? It was Jeff
Caldwell. He is a senior.
That's a great name, by the way. Just saying.
Oh, yeah, I figured you'd like that. That's how I remembered it. All right, Jeff Caldwell.
6'5", 215 pounds, and he is a freak athlete. So he's going to open up a lot of things. Cincinnati needed a receiver that will go across the middle outside of, your tight ends and Joe Royer. And this is going to be a guy that's going to open a lot of things up. If you get a big body receiver like Caldwell going across the middle with his athleticism, and then that's going to open Joe Royer up. That should open your 2 vertical routes on the end line or on the outsides. It's going to be an air raid for Cincinnati, to say the least, if things play out for Jeff Caldwell. And I know we talk about it. I mean, 6'5" guys as a tight end, it's very hard to miss.
Yeah.
It's very hard to miss.
6'5" in general is very hard to miss.
But it's also worth noting he came from Lindenwood. And if Lindenwood had a guy just low, mid-major D1 who's broad jumping 10 foot or 11'9", who knows what's out there? That's a hell of a job by Cincinnati scouting department to get that done and get him there at Cincinnati. If I remember right, looking at his stats last year, he finished in 2024. He caught 54 passes, 1,100 yards, and 11 touchdowns.
Yeah.
So that's a big time addition.
What are we doing at running back? We're losing our best guy.
Honestly, it's not far off from Corey Kiner.
Really?
Bobby Walker is not far off from Corey Kiner. They're the exact same running back kind of build. 5'10", 5'9", 5'10", but straight bulldoze. Give me the extra yards. Let's fight for it. Right. And it could be Cincinnati was going to need a bigger style back after losing Corey to the NFL draft. So overall, you go out, and this was a guy who honestly was pursuing the NFL draft. But thanks to Diego Pavia for fighting for an extra year.
Yeah.
Tawee Walker's plans changed, and honestly, it kind of played out in the favor of him because, I mean, you look at this running back class. I mean, Ashton GNT, you have the kid from UNC.
Mm-hmm.
There's about 10 good running backs in this class.
No,
And
there's 28 on my board. It's stacked.
You have 28 running backs on your board?
Yeah, that's like some of the all-time highs, and there's some people that have 32.
I mean, you got to think, like, Cam Scatteroo had a fantastic season, and he's
That's my boy. We ain't drafted him, but that's what I like.
But Ashton GNT, Cam Scatteroo, Hampton out of UNC, Chris Jenkins out of Iowa. There is so many.
Both the Ohio State boys, Travion Henderson,
Travion and
Quinton.
Yep, can't forget those two.
Devin Neal, DJ Giddens. I mean, I could just spit names all day long.
Devin Neal. The Big 12 has 7 running backs coming out alone.
Yeah.
So, I mean, overall, they're not far off. Tawee Walker comes in, 5'10". He's going to be your bell cow back. He's going to get you those extra yards. And then Evan Pryor, who's shown flashes. I mean, it's going to be a good 1-2 combo this year.
Evan Pryor played at the Ohio State University before he transferred to Cincinnati.
Yeah, and now that he's fully healthy, he's got 1 full season under his belt where he had no injuries. Outside of a minor hamstring that happened early in the season, it's going to be a fun time for Cincinnati, I believe, especially there, too. Everyone questions the offensive line. I mean, they went out and got some guys at the offensive line position.
Well, I mean, look, I'm not questioning the talent. Okay, we had talent last year. I'm questioning the coaching.
Satterfield?
Is that your guy? I'm questioning Satterfield because we needed one more win to bulge, and we couldn't get it done, and we should have won at least one of those last, 4 or 5 games, I think it was, Neil? We didn't win any of them. Yeah, I'm not questioning the talent. He can get the talent. I wish he'd get the talent that's in Cincinnati and keep that more. But
I mean, honestly, looking down at the schedule this year, I think one of the games I'm most excited for isn't even a Big 12 game. I think it's week 2. It's Eddie George's first road game as head coach of Bowling Green.
Eddie George also went to the Ohio State University. Sorry, I'm just going to keep doing that.
So, I mean, overall, you look down at this schedule. Oklahoma State's losing their best player in Ollie Gordon. Kansas is losing Devin Neal. UCF was horrible.
What? Hold on. Bengal Rick is back. Trade deal to be done soon. How do you know, Rick? You're killing me here. Rick has been torturing me here for 3 weeks about this.
I mean, Neil was literally in the middle of talking. You could have waited like 30 seconds.
This is Trey.
Hey, get it done. Hey, they need it.
Rick, wings and beer on me. If you're right, but I still don't know your actual name other than Bengal Rick. People keep DMing me different things, and I keep going Bengal Rick ? No, Bengal Rick ? No.
Well, when Bengal Rick says, meet me here, you're going to buy him beer and wings. That's the end of the story.
All right, Neil, go ahead. Finish your conversation. Sorry.
But yeah, I think Cincinnati is going to shock a lot of people this year, right? You get your key returners, the offensive line. I don't think there's anybody in the offensive line group that's under 6'4", and they're big physical guys, like 330 or up. It's going to be a big adjustment for Cincinnati this year. I promise you right now, I think the over/under was 6.5 last time I looked when the odds came out. If I'm an outsider looking in, I feel very optimistic about this team getting back to a bowl game.
I hope so. Brad here says on today's prediction for the Big 12 podcast, they said 4-8 for the Bearcats. So
yeah, looking at this schedule right now, I don't see that.
I would love to prove them wrong.
Yeah, I don't think Zach Wilson's younger brother is gonna torch Cincinnati this year. BYU had a great year last year. I don't think they'll be able to repeat success. Arizona is losing arguably the best wide receiver in the draft, and Tetiora McMillan. So overall, this is a schedule you look down. This should be a schedule where Cincinnati could potentially go 8-4. Obviously, it depends what happens in week 1, right? I mean, the Nebraska game at Burrowhead is not ideal for Cincinnati.
You said the name right. That's what I'm talking about, baby. Let's go.
It is not
bullshit. Don't say that. It's bad juju.
That's the name.
Don't like it.
It's the name. I can't help it. They named their stadium Burrowhead. It's not my fault.
That's bullshit, man. That's bad karma for the season.
Dale, we can't see you while you said it. You turned your camera off. We can't see you.
I can't hear him anymore either. I don't know what he's saying.
I think Cincinnati will be back on track this year.
Dude, I hope so. Like I said, I'm not worried about the talent. I think he's got the talent. It's just getting it out of him because, I wasn't too high. I'm still not too high on Satterfield, but I was very low on him at the beginning of the season last year. And then I'm like, all right, maybe he got it going. We started winning. Then just to collapse, and it was a collapse at the end of the year. That's what is frustrating, is to watch them just not compete and not be in these games with teams that they should have. At least they should have been in the game, should have beat them. And they didn't.
Well,
That's the part.
Can I get my opinion on Cincinnati and how they could be good?
Sure.
So Brendan Sorsby is back, correct?
Correct.
Yeah.
Joe Royer could have went in the draft, who also played at the Ohio State University, but he did not hardly play there. He had an incredible season. I thought he could have been a 4th, 5th round pick if he came out in the draft. And he went back. So that connection alone gives positivity. And then you're talking about Jeff Caldwell, 6'5", 215 from Lindenwood, and all these other guys in the running back. And there's a vision there. Plus, Luke Kandra, John Williams, the offensive lineman, they have good O-line coach that develops O-linemen.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't think you can argue that.
He's a freak. He's a great coach. You see what he's been able to produce. I mean, John Williams was a guy nobody had on draft boards not even a year ago, right? And then you develop him into a potential top 100 prospect, if considering you got an invite to the combine. So, I mean, proving a lot of people wrong. And then Luke Kandra, everyone kind of knows he's going to hear his name called now. It just depends on where. But those are two big-time pieces. And like I mentioned earlier, Cincinnati's offensive line group's probably averaging 6'3", 330 right now. It's gonna be a different kind of style and a different mold.
Don't they still have that tight end that was like 6'7", 6'8"? You're talking about last
Gavin
year?
Grover, yep. He's a sophomore now, yep. He's back in the fold. The tight end room's loaded. I mean, you bring in another big-time guy from the Ohio State University, as Dale would say, and Pat Gerd.
It's true.
So,
I have to say it. I'm legally obligated to say it.
Oh, goodness. All right, guys, it is 6:37. I have to go meet the boys for dinner. Neil, I know you got coaching and beer to drink and other stuff to do. But do me a favor, tell everybody where they can follow you at the podcast, the front office, all that. One of your 25 jobs you got going on.
Yeah, you guys can follow me over at the front office news at a Cincinnati Rivals based website. You can follow the Bearcat Blitz podcast with my co-host Russ Heltman, the Bearcat Tip-Off Talk podcast with myself, Alex Meacham, and JT Smith, which we'll have a new episode talking some Crown basketball tournament action on Sunday night. We're going to record it. Be right.
When's that tournament start?
Tuesday. So we'll be talking that. We'll get that out there for you guys. And then, continue to find me on Twitter over here at MeyerNeil6. I know a lot of you guys follow me over there, so we appreciate that. But
you probably don't even follow at Bengals Brews.
Let's check. I'm on Twitter right now. Let's check. If not, it's about to get a follow, right?
There you go.
Probably not. I'll just say the Ohio State University every time.
Hey,
right there. There's the follow button.
All right.
So, hey, the tournament that the Bearcats are in. Now, this is an interesting tournament because there's money involved in this. Now,
up to $500K.
Now, does it go directly to the school or do the players get some of this?
To the players.
See, now this is the thing is like, I can see this tournament taking over the NIT or the NIT, because there's going to be more kids that if you're not getting the NCAA tournament, you're going to be one of the tournament you can make some money at. if it's run good and it works and everything, I can see that.
And I mean, in year one too, if you're offering $500,000 for the winner, I mean, shit, any team's going to jump on that, right? Especially in the new era of college basketball or college athletics in a whole. NIL is so out there. I mean, there was the article that came out yesterday. Big E schools were spending roughly $8 million on their roster reconstruction heading into this season. Now, they didn't fare well in the big dance in the March Madness tournament, but you look at how they're preparing to spend that kind of money. I can tell you right now, Cincinnati's going to need every little dollar they can get. If there's programs out there willing to spend $8 million. So $300,000 for the championship, $50K for each semifinalist, and then you get a couple extra bucks for making it out there along the way and other incentives. So overall, it's a huge opportunity. And from what it sounds like, Jeff, Cincinnati is going to have a full roster out there as well.
Well, yeah, they all want to make money. I don't blame them.
Even with the transfer portal opening.
Well, the thing is, they haven't had anybody leave yet.
That's where I was about to hint at.
One thing I wanted to ask you before is I saw, I think you might retweeted or Chad Brendel did, this kid that from Yugoslavia. I think he was supposed to go to Fordham. He's like 6'8", 6'7".
Mm-hmm.
He might come to Cincinnati. How realistic is that?
Honestly, I'm still trying to gather a little bit of information on it, but you can't rule anything out, right?
Because we need some inside play. We need some interior guys. We need some big boys badly. We need to stop shooting 3-pointers all the time. It makes it really easy to guard us, and we don't have any inside game. It's very simple.
Yeah, and it looks like he's a 6'10" big man from Serbia. And I mean, you look at it, Cincinnati desperately needs a big man. And I mean, you look at the stats, averaging 22 and 10 while shooting 43% from three. Like, that's something Cincinnati needs, right? But they also need they not only need a stretch big, but they also need a actual big man that can play in the post.
Yes.
So a stretch big for 6'10" from Serbia. And I mean, it's common nowadays, right? You're going overseas to get some of your big time prospects. Cincinnati has a recent tie overseas, right? They were able to go get Halvin Dezalet. They were able to go get Simas Lukosius. They were able to go get a couple others. So overall, I wouldn't count Cincinnati out for Armin Jovic.
Dude, I still am a Wes Miller fan, but this next year, he's got to make the tournament because I think this year is a $9 million buyout. That's why he's going to stay. If he doesn't make the tournament this year, I think this is a crucial year for both coaches, Satterfield and Wes. This next year, if they don't make bowl game, they don't make the tournament. I think they're gone. I do. They just my opinion. We'll see. Neil, I appreciate it, man. We'll have to do this again sometime. Hopefully next year you can make it down to the Reds opening day. That was a blast.
Hopefully so. We were too busy taking care of business last night over here on the west side, though. So glad to get that dub now, but job's not finished.
Portsmouth, Ohio. Oh.
No.
I was just trying to do something.
It's not the same. What's up?
Okay.
All right, Neil. Appreciate you, brother.
Not a problem. Thank you, guys.
See you, dude.
What side of Portsmouth? Oh.
Plug some shit before I let you go. I gotta go eat some delicious hamburgers.
Yeah, I was talking to Greg was sending me stuff. Joe Goberry said TJ Sanders is D tackle 2. No, but he was like 56 on the. Okay, but Walter Nolan there. I'm like, what? What are we doing? Mason Greg, what are we doing?
Do you have Joe's phone number now? Are you in with
No.
I can't even get him to answer my DMs anymore.
Yeah, he said he come on my show 3 weeks ago. I'm being treated like Iceman now.
Well, at least he answered you. He hasn't even answered me in about 2 years.
Well, then he stopped. Like, I ain't gonna beg you, shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, the incoming's on 3 times.
Yeah,
that motherfucker knows his shit. I'm not saying Joe don't. I love Joe.
I will love Joe too. I'm just giving him crap. And we have the draft professor too. He's awesome too. We'll have to get him on next week. Oh yeah, that guy.
Yeah, that was fun. He's fun.
Yeah, I like him. All right, plug some stuff. I'm gonna go eat.
Bengals Brews, Project Game Day, Sports and Strawberry Ice, live shows.
Bengal Rick says Travis is signed. It's happening.
Pickle Rick.
Pickle Rick.
Hashtag Pickle Rick.
Hashtag Pickle Rick, baby. Everybody.
Whoa.
Everybody's on the chat right now. We're gonna do this. I'm gonna do it right now. We're gonna do a tweet out. Ready? All at the same time. See if everybody can do it. Hashtag Pickle Rick. Ready? Hashtag Pickle Rick.
Yeah, this motherfucker don't know how to put words without doing voice to text. This motherfucker.
Yeah, thought you that way. All right, Dale. Appreciate you, brother.
Voice to text, Pickle Rick. See, mine don't listen to me like that.
It doesn't like you as much.
Oh, so that was gay porn.
What? All right, guys, that's the end of Dale Pickles and Bruce on the show. Appreciate you guys for watching. Darth, there you go. Hashtag Pickle Rick. Put it up there, everybody. Let's see what happens. And everybody's gonna be like, what do you mean? Hashtag Pickle Rick. Yeah. Hey, you gotta watch Sports Strawberry, see what's going on. Anyway, guys, shout out to my sponsors of the show. Dale just being weird down in the background. We got Priority Lawn and Landscaping. Want your grass cut, get your shrubs or flowers planted, paper patio, any of that cool stuff. Fake Priority Lawn and Landscaping. Give me a call, 513-430-6114. That's 513-430-6114. Also, shout out to T Properties, quality housing for quality people. Check out the website at www.tpropertiesllc.com for all your rental property management needs and your rental needs. And my Westside peeps, go check out Hail Mary's. It's your ticket to the game. Right in the heart of Chevy. Big ass TV screen, beer specials, food trucks, free parking. It's an awesome, awesome place. Hail Mary's your ticket to the game. Also, shows brought to you by Meyer Windows and Doors and more. Check them out at www.meyercincinnati.com for all your window and door needs. I got them in my house. I highly recommend you give it to your house. NFL Draft Party. This is the next remote I will be doing. We're going to be live from MOT's. MOT's the Mount Lookout Tavern. It's right in the Mount Lookout Square. Tyson Anderson is going to be there, Bengal safety. The legend, Full Rock, David Fulcher is going to be there. Podcast starts about 7 o'clock. Draft starts at 8. We'll be hanging out all night. Draft party, giveaways, Bengals trivia, all kinds of stuff. It's going to be a lot of fun. Then the next day, head on over to the Fulling Warehouse. Get your tickets. $30 per ticket. Fulling, Midwest Best Barbecue, Gold Star Chili, Bengal Collectibles raffle. Cincy Hat's going to be there. April 25th, 6 p.m. to 11. Venmo to get your tickets at Project Game Day or PayPal, projectgameday@gmail.com. Guys, remember, we're doing hashtag Pickle Rick. All right? Hashtag Pickle Rick. Put it on Twitter. That's why everybody, people don't watch the show will have no idea what we're talking about. But Pickle Rick, Bengal Rick, has said her wife's best friend's the realtor for Trey Henderson and his wife. They bought a house, and Trey's deal is done very, very soon. Take it for what it's worth. I don't know Rick from a hole in the wall, but I'm going to owe him some beer and wings if he's right. Other than that, you guys have a wonderful day. Throw it up. Houday for life. And that's just sports, baby. See ya!
Weekday nights, the city roars. Tune in loud, turn up some more. Cincinnati show, it's time to play. Sports with strawberry ice today. 5:30 sharp, don't be late. CTV, the sports awaits. Strawberry ices on the mic, energy, it's good life. Every touchdown, every goal. Feel the pulse, it's in your soul. Cincinnati heartbeats strong. Strawberry ice will lead the throng. Every touchdown, every goal. Feel the pulse, it's in your soul. Cincinnati heartbeats strong. Strawberry ice will lead the throng. Feel the crowd, it's electric now. Shouting loud, they all know how. The CTV got what we crave. Sports with ice, it's waves and waves. Tigers strike and Bengals roar. Every game we want some more. Tune it in and feel the thrill. Strawberry ice, he's giving chills. 5:30 sharp, don't be late. CTV, the sports awaits. Strawberry ice, he's on the mic, energy, it's good life.